our trip from Leicester to Amsterdam that's going to be taking place next Saturday, 26th of August, from Brew Coffee and Gelato in Oadby all the way to Amsterdam. Still deciding on an end location. We picked a couple of locations, but bismillah, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, of course, if you're new to who Waves Positivity are, we are a community interest company focused on the 5 aspects of personal development, all looking towards helping those between the ages of 15 to 30 in making positive lifestyle choices. The reason we decided this is something important, as 3 individuals, the 3 founders, myself and the 2 Sullys, we identified that currently in our community, there's not enough strong, positive-minded people to take control and help improve and better the lives of those around them and their communities. So we thought we need to find ways of positivity. We need to do something about, of course, what's going on in the mindsets of the individuals. So inshallah, if you guys ever want to take part in anything that we do, go follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, we're there. And of course, you can take part and go to our website, wavespositivity.com or .co.uk, and you can see exactly what we do and how we help those between the ages of 15 and 30. So bismillah, we are fundraising for Syria. So inshallah, we're looking to build a 8 apartment block in Syria, in the earthquake affected areas. And these are going to go towards 8 Syrian families, and each apartment can hold between 8 people in these apartments. And these apartments they're going to completely own. It's theirs. They don't pay no rent. They don't pay no gas, electricity bill. That is completely theirs for life. They can decide if they want to sell it, they want to keep it, they want to hold it in their family lineage forever, or if they just want to sell it and get the money and do whatever they want to do. That is theirs. And the reason we're doing this is, of course, bismillah, like the Turkey and Syria situation is very, very dreadful. It was very sad. And we noticed that there's a lot of aid going towards Turkey, but not so much to Syria. Syria are currently getting bombarded and attacked. And of course, they've got their political situation, something that I'm not going to go into too much detail with. But bismillah, we decided that's something that we wanted to help them with. So we want to do something. And of course, there's 3 rights every Muslim has: a roof over their head, food, and water. These 3 necessities are something they need, and of course we thought this is a perfect opportunity to help with this situation and do something from ourselves towards helping the people in Syria. So with this apartment building, in order to fundraise, we had to get £24,000 without even peddling towards the end destination. We've already reached the target of £25,000. Alhamdulillah. So with that, we've decided to push our target up towards maybe £35,000. And inshallah, we are leaving next Saturday. So we've got another week towards people donating towards us. Of course, we're still taking donations to even after the cycle. But we want to get £30,000 before we next hit the road. So that is exactly what the cause is. And we're going to be cycling from Leicester to Cambridge. It is a 3-day journey. Leicester towards Cambridge, Cambridge to Harwich, Harwich to Hook of Holland and the ferry, and from the Hook of Holland all the way into the central of Amsterdam. It's 75 miles from Leicester to Cambridge. We actually cycled last weekend just to trial the cycle. Of course, we need to make sure what we're prepared for. Alhamdulillah, I'm really glad we did it, because we noticed that one of the key routes that we were going to cycle on was closed off with roadwork. So we have managed to find an alternative route. And it was very, very difficult. Very difficult, but not as difficult as what the people in Syria are going through. So we did the cycle from Leicester to Amsterdam. Alhamdulillah, that was really good, really difficult. The second day is what's daunting. So in cycling, you have 2 difficult situations. You've got a long distance on a flat, but then you've got a short distance going on an incline. And these inclines are called elevations. And the elevations on day 2 are going to be a challenge. Alhamdulillah, we've done the training. We've altogether, every single cyclist that's taken part. So there's 11 of us cycling in total, as well as 4 support team members. The 11 of us at cycling have been cycling really, really hard. And we've actually done 300 miles as a minimum every single person's done a minimum of 300 miles and an elevation of at least 10,000. So we are prepared. But even then, from cycling 75 miles on the first day, going into the second day and cycling another 75 miles, it is going to be difficult. And with that, it's going to be crazy elevation. And the elevation is so difficult. It makes the total distance feel 10 times harder. You could do 40 miles at 1,000 elevation, all fair and well. You could do 20 miles at, say, 10,000 elevation or 5,000 elevation, and those 20 miles are going to be harder than the 40. So, inshallah, day 2 is going to be very difficult. That's from Cambridge to Harwich. Please keep us in your du'as. Of course, there's a group called Riders of Sham. They're the motivation and inspiration behind our cycle that we're doing. We work very closely with them. Shout out to Wazir Bhai, Zubair Bhai, and Zain Bhai. Absolutely legends of people. And they every year do 500 miles. And whenever we meet them, I always say, how do you do it? Because this 200 miles we're going to do, inshallah, it's a major challenge. Probably going to be the hardest thing that I've ever had to do personally. But Bismillah, keep us in our du'as. And of course, from the Hook of Holland, we're going to cycle into Amsterdam. That's going to be an additional 60 miles as a minimum. And in total, we're going to be doing roughly around 200 to 210 miles of cycling. And this is all for Syria. We're doing this for Syria. And the reason we're doing this, of course, is because it's our responsibility at the end of the day. So, inshallah, that's going to go really well. And we are, of course, doing this, I mentioned, next Saturday 26th. It's going to be 3 days. It's going to go from the Saturday, Sunday, Monday evening, inshallah. We are going to arrive in Amsterdam. And that will, inshallah, be the end of this tough and strenuous cycle that we're going to do. So, Bismillah, that is going to be our cycle. And, of course, we mentioned the reason why we're doing this. We are doing this for Syria. This apartment building that we're going to provide to them is going to be accommodation for life. And we're going to see generations upon generations live in these apartments, pray in these apartments, have families in these apartments, grow and become people of the ummah that inshallah will make this world a better place. And you never know who's going to come out of these apartments and what they're going to do for the Muslim ummah. But at the very minimum, we can help provide this accommodation. So if you guys want to donate, you can go to our Instagram page. There's a link in the bio. Inshallah, you can donate towards our cause, which will be absolutely fantastic. So that was a quick, brief update into our Leicester to Amsterdam cycle. Now, what I do want to discuss is a bit more about why we do what we do at Waves of Positivity and how that can impact individuals in the community and in our wider ummah. So what I like to focus on whenever thinking about what Waves of Positivity is going to actually achieve and provide to people is a mentality shift. And alhamdulillah, we've got a very, very strong Muslim community in Leicester with very strong mentalities. There's so many great organizations. But the reason Waves of Positivity has been found, has been brought about, is that mentality shift in our communities. You can have fantastic community leaders, but unless they're going to be looking towards helping you change your mentality or the younger generation's mentality, we're not going to see no wider change. So this Leicester to Amsterdam cycle focuses on one of the 5 aspects of personal development, and that is mental. So there's a physical element, there's always going to be a spiritual element, there's going to be an emotional element, but the main one is mental. It's you're cycling from Leicester to Cambridge. That's going to be 75 miles. You're then going to sleep a night, very poor sleep, and then you're going to go again from Cambridge to Harwich. An even tougher cycle, 70 miles. You have to wait another night, and each night you're going to think, when is this going to end? My body is battered. But you're going to push one more day. You're going to get on a ferry. You're going to wait. You're going to sleep the night, wake up, poor sleep again, and you're going to cycle from the Hook of Holland into Amsterdam, and that's going to be a final night. And that final night is going to be as tough as the previous 2 nights because you're going to think, I just want this to end. But the reason we're going to get over that the reason we're going to push through that is because not for us, not for anyone else, but for the people of Syria. That is a reason you're going to push. You're going to think, I have taken donations from family members, from friends, from colleagues, from acquaintances, from people I don't even know. They've donated to my page. They have donated for this cause because I told them I'm going to cycle from Leicester to Amsterdam. And if I don't do this, that amana, that responsibility, I'm going to be giving up on. And that is the reason why this challenge has been chosen by Waves Positivity after discussing with the brothers at Riders of Sham. And of course, my close co-founder, Suleiman, has also cycled from Leicester to Paris in the past. And after seeing him do it, I was really impressed and wanted to give it a challenge myself. But the Riders of Sham brothers have done this cycle before and have provided us a little bit of support in regards to choosing the route, where we're going, how we're going to go and do it, because they've done it and they've got that experience. And before I went off on a tangent slightly, this cycle focuses on the mental aspect. Then it focuses on the emotional aspect. I mentioned the difficulties. Then it focuses on the physical aspect. For me, that comes third because the mental and the emotional are going to be the hardest things to manage. The physical isn't hard. You can cycle and you can keep cycling. But to push through, that comes from the mental area. And then, of course, community. So there's 11 of us brothers, all from different backgrounds. We've all basically found each other through one another. So, of course, there's the three of us co-founders of Waves Positivity, myself, the two Sullys, and then there's another brother called Adam, then there's his cousin Amir, and then we've got Hamza, and he's got his brother-in-law, his cousin brother-in-law called Umar. Then we've got Idris, we've got Yassine, both of them very experienced cyclists. As well as that, in our group, we've got, let me just quickly go into the group. And yeah, so we've got Hamza from Gloucester, who's been following Waves Positivity. He actually took part in our charity skydive last year. So there's so many of us brothers. And of course, to top it off, we've got our very own Abdul Wadud, who's an absolute legend of a personality. And he actually met us at the Halal Food Festival that happened in Leicester at Victoria Park. He was actually working in one of the booths for an organisation called City Retreat, who do amazing work in Leicester. And Abdul Wadud has always done fantastic work. So, of course, he found us there, and Sully messaged him and said, Abdul Wadud, do you want to take part? And he's like, yes, get me signed on. And this boy is an absolute beast. So yeah, we've all found each other through one another or just bumping into each other. And the crazy part is we've actually become brothers now. From our cycling, from our trips, we all want to go and complete this together. And all of this has been united by this one cause for Syria. So alhamdulillah, that's just a small glimpse into what Waves of Positivity has brought together for this cause, and what charity work brings out our brothers. And gets people thinking about and experiencing and just being people for the ummah. Not being for themselves, but being for the ummah. And inshallah, with our intentions kept clear, with our motivator being those that have not been given the facilities and just the blessings that we've been given, alhamdulillah, we've managed to come together for this great cause. Now, I have asked the brothers if they're free to give a call in. So if anyone does want to call in, just ask some questions, speak about Waves of Positivity, potentially getting involved with that causes, just call in. The number is 0116 48222086. You can call in and you can just ask us any question you want to ask. Of course, I'm here until 2:30 to discuss our cycle, to discuss Waves of Positivity and what we're working on, and even to answer any questions about any community projects that you want to pretty much put forward to do, and give us some inspiration of your own, of things that you want to see change within the community and work towards community cohesion, whether it's just general brotherhood and sisterhood, whether it's a charity work, whether it's personal development, anything in that realm, anything that's going to help the Ummah, bismillah, put it forward. But just to let you guys know again, you can call in on 0116 4822 or you can call in a message on 077 488 55055 and of course have a conversation with us. So whilst we wait for some callers, I'm going to quickly message on the Leicester to Amsterdam group chat and see if any of the cyclists are going to call. So let me send them a picture of the number. There we go. And lads, the listeners want to hear from you. And let's see if it gets one of the brothers to call in, because that'd be fantastic. And I've just been told by them that the 077 488 55055 is only for messages. Muhammad, behind the glass pane that I can see through, has told me you can only text in on 077 488 55055. And inshallah, we can get some callers in. I've also got a very exciting announcement to mention. So, of course, I mentioned that Waves of Positivity is here for the wider community, national and internationally, to help the positive mindset and lifestyle choices of those between the ages of 15 and 30. We've got a really exciting program coming up. It's the Muslim Leadership Program. And the way this came about is we had the beautiful brother, Kirk Master from Leicester, reach out to us, and he said he wants to create a Muslim leadership program, and he has been keeping an eye on Waves Positivity and the workshops and the work that we do. So he reached out to us, and he's like, lads, I want to have a meeting. And he put forward what exactly he wants to see in the community. And our goals and our mindsets and our vision completely came together and aligned in a perfect harmony as to what we want to see happen in the Leicester community. So his organization is called Loose Change. So Waves of Positivity and Loose Change have come together to put together a Muslim leadership program. And this leadership program is targeted towards creating the future leaders of Leicester. And we're starting just at Leicester, and then we want to, inshallah, go nationally. But we have to start at home. Charity, good work, all starts at home first. So what this entails is all the skills of a leader, everything a leader needs to be a flag bearer in his community, in his home, and amongst his relationships. And then we're also going to provide community placements, get our younger male and female between the ages of 18 and 25 into their community, working with organizations that will provide them the skills necessary. So we can teach them the leadership skills, but they can also get placements to work amongst what they are going to be doing and actually put them to the test. And we're also going to have guest speakers and visits from leaders within our community to get them to get involved with our younger leaders. So this is going to be starting on October 2023 this year. I know we've got the cycle, then we've got the leadership program. Alhamdulillah, the work doesn't stop when it comes to improving your community. And I hope you guys are motivated to do this as well. You just need to know the work never stops. You're working 24/7 because this is not a temporary job. This is a long-term fix. Because if we don't see the fruits that are bared from our work, our children will. And that's where the beauty of a good community and a Muslim community comes from. It's work so hard right now that our children will see the benefits, inshallah. So the course starts from October 2023 and finishes March 2024. Inshallah, it will be done before Ramadan, inshallah. So that's our aim. We don't want it that people are continuing within Ramadan, but we've also got a plan in mind, inshallah, for that. And you can apply for free. Yes, it's a free course on wavesofpositivity.com/leadership. So this is a leadership program brought to you by Loose Change and Waves of Positivity for male and female Muslims within Leicester between the ages of 18 to 25. This is going to be providing you all the skills of a leader. It's going to provide community placements. It's going to provide guest speakers and visits. And this is all for the Muslim Future Muslim Leaders Within Leicester, presented by Loose Change and Waves of Positivity. So you can go to wavesofpositivity.com/leadership. And we want to, inshallah, create at least one Muslim leader that brings forward some future changes and benefits for Muslims within Leicester. That's our aim, just one. Just one, inshallah. So, of course, go sign up, let your family know. If you want to go and find the link, you can go to Waves of Positivity official on Instagram, and you can sign up, or you can go to wavesofpositivity.com/leadership and you can sign up. Share this with your friends, your families, your grandmothers, because of course they will tell other family members because they've got a bigger network than you. And just let everyone know about this Muslim leadership program. It's just some benefit we're trying to bring towards the community. Even if we have 5 people sign up, inshallah, that's going to be the biggest benefit ever. We have got a maximum capacity of 20 individuals that are going to take part in this. And of course, you will find out more after you have joined. So please go sign up. You can still sign up and decide not to take part, but just go sign up so you can find out what exactly it entails, so that we can, of course, create some future leaders in Leicester. So, of course, I'm waiting for some calls. I've not had a caller come in yet. The lads are letting me down. They told me they're going to call in. I've not heard from anyone. So I'm now going to ramble on a bit more about my experience from doing the cycle. And then we'll wrap up with another reminder about the Muslim Leadership Program. So I have never cycled on the road in my life. I know how to cycle. I have cycled in the past. I used to cycle to the gym all the time. But I used to cycle on the pavement, never road cycle. I was too scared of the cars. It is terrifying because I promise you now, Leicester drivers do not give any space to cyclists on the road. And it's an absolute crime. I hate it. It's so bad. But yeah, first time ever cycling was all the way back in Feb or March. No, just after Ramadan. So the lads, we decided that we're going to do the cycling during Ramadan or just before Ramadan. And then we started our training in April or end of March, April, just after Ramadan. I can't remember when Ramadan ended now. It's been that long ago. And we got the new Ramadan coming up very, very soon as well. So I cycled from Leicester to Loughborough with the other 2 Waves of Positivity brothers, and it was terrifying. I actually completely totaled my arm. I fell off my bike and went flying across the ground and battered my arm. And that was an awakening because I absolutely loved it. The pain from falling off the bike, I loved because it got past the fear of getting hurt. Now I know I can get hurt. It went out of my head. Now I can fearlessly hit the road and cycle. And alhamdulillah, I was very surprised at my level. I could cycle very comfortably at a good pace for a long distance. And alhamdulillah, for this cycle, we need to be cycling at least between 13 to 15 miles an hour so we can hit our time targets and we can get enough rest in the evening before the next day of cycling. So we had to work towards pace. We had to work towards elevation. We had to work our leg strength, our mentality. Everything was getting pushed to the limit. Alhamdulillah, I've grown some very, very large quads from the cycling because it is very difficult. You can speak to the Riders of Sham Brothers or us at Waves Positivity and ask us about it. It is tough. Actually, go ask Arif from Help the Homeless, who does amazing work in Leicester as well. He did the cycle from Leicester to Amsterdam for Help the Homeless, and it was absolutely phenomenal. A big motivation behind it as well. And yeah, it's very, very difficult. So yeah, I cycled from Leicester to Loughborough. Boy, was it difficult, man. It was difficult. Not the physical part. Alhamdulillah, I had the physical part down to a T. It was the mental. It is a very long cycle. You have to cycle at least 2 to 3 hours just to get some decent distance. And I think that's the toughest part about cycling. It's not the training per se. It's all the mental. It's the time, the energy. We have lost a lot of our time training for this cycle. Out of the 3 brothers, or out of the 11 brothers, I think more than half of us are married. And you have to manage your time so well so you're not left behind during the cycle and that you can keep together as a group, because the training required and the time required for cycling is very, 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 very long. And you've got to go into the gym and you have to hit some legs to make sure you've got the leg power and drive and the strength on the elevation. Because it's a lot of hip, it's a lot of quads, a lot of that movement. Alhamdulillah, we've got to the stage where all of us are very competent level and can cycle. But most of them are saying, after this ride, I'm never picking up a bike again. I don't want to see a bike. They didn't quite catch the cycling bug. But myself, I've actually really enjoyed it. I've told the boys I'm keeping my bike because I went from never cycling on the road in my life and being scared of cars hitting me towards I want to cycle more often. And even after this cycle to Amsterdam, inshallah, I've made quite a few friends with the Riders of Sham boys, and I'm going to hopefully go out cycling with them because it's amazing. I probably would never do the 500 miles and of course the cycling from one country to another again. That was something that until I experience, I'm not going to know. But right now, as it stands, the amount of time it requires to train, I don't think I can do this again unless it's something really epic like cycling from Leicester to Mecca for Umrah. That would be phenomenal. That's an experience I'd love to have. But I would need to firstly make sure I have got the finances, I can get the leave from work. That's a real big thing because it takes 2.5 months to cycle from Leicester to Mecca, and it takes 3 days. Well, you can actually do it in 2 days from Leicester to Amsterdam, but we want to enjoy the process. We really want to capture this experience, remember it, and tell our grandchildren, or our children at least, and show them that this is something that your father has achieved for Syria. And I think there's massive social proof towards your work for charity, and it shows who you are as an individual. In the past, we've introduced 2 opportunities to our community so far. One being skydive last year, this year being the cycle. Next year, we don't really know what we want to do, but it's this massive growth aspect in taking part in these challenges that we really want to share with people. You're fundraising for a good cause. That automatically, in my opinion, makes you someone that can be a good person. You've got the purity in your heart to humble yourself towards doing some hard work for another cause. And secondly, it also shows that you've got commitment. And these are things that are missing in society and in the community: soft hearts and commitment. So yes, charity fundraising, these challenges are really important, and I think we need more of them. So if you're someone that wants to take part in an organization, and if it's not even Waves Positivity, reach out to Help the Homeless. They need volunteers. Reach out to Riders of Sham. They would always take on more cyclists. Reach out to City Retreat. They need volunteers and people working in the community. Reach out to your local charities. You've got Islamic Relief, Human Appeal, Humanity Without Borders. Shout out Tayyab. You've got Rahma Mercy. Shout out Mar Khalil. You've got Ummah Welfare Trust. So many organizations that do good work. Reach out to them, take part in some community work, and join our Waves Positivity community. We need more community members. We need more people looking to take part in these initiatives to help us, give us a helping hand. For example, the leadership program, we need teachers on board to help us. Alhamdulillah, so far we've got one teacher that's looking to take part and help us in our workshops, because at the end of the day, we need sisters for the sisters taking part in the workshop. It's very, very simple. So if we can get any volunteers to come take part in our initiative, just send through your application. We'll have a quick interview just to make sure, of course, the mindset and what you're looking to achieve is correct and right. And inshallah, we can onboard them. We can have some volunteers take part in our leadership program and help us make some future Leicester leaders. And we need people to join our events. Alhamdulillah, we managed to very quickly max out the cyclists. We started off with only wanting 7 cyclists. We pushed it up to 11 cyclists because we could budget, and we could also make sure we can maintain a tight-knit group during the cycle. And I'm just looking forward to it so much. This experience is going to be life-changing. It's going to be something I believe is going to push me from level 3 to level 4, inshallah. Just that whole mentality shift, the commitment, the drive. This is going to be beautiful. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this cycle. So please go donate to our page, help us fundraise for the people of Syria, join Waves of Positivity's community in helping us help those between the age of 15 and 30 make positive lifestyle choices and really work towards helping their community nationally and internationally. It's really important. And please remember, you're listening to Ramadan.fm. You can always follow them on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. You got LinkedIn, you got Twitter. So yeah, go check them out. Ramadan.fm, absolute legends. They've been helping with positivity from day one, and I really, really appreciate all the hard work that they do for our community and the opportunities they give to those around. But you've been listening to Adil from Waves Positivity on Ramadan.fm. Jazakallah khair.